Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And this is the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. What are we talking about today?
We are going to pop open a bottle of Balance, one of my favorites. So I'm going to let you go ahead and take a whiff first and tell me what your first impressions of it are.
It's so, just smelling it makes me happy because it's like sweet and woodsy. It's just a really good combo of scents. It's
interesting that you say sweet because it is woodsy, but the sweet is definitely the first word that comes to my mind too. And it's not sweet like candy by any means. And it's not sweet like a flower. It's interesting that we both feel like you could use that word to describe it. Want to list the oils that are in it?
Sure. So it's got spruce leaf, hoe wood, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, osmanthus, and that's it. So, and fractionated coconut oil. So it must be the osmanthus, which is interesting too, because it's at the end of the list. So it would be one of the lesser oils, but it's such a powerful oil that I guess that's where it's coming from. I love the way it smells though.
I love the way it smells too. It's the grounding blend, and this is only for topical and aromatic use, which I would say I use both of them all of the time. Mm-hmm. Right now in my diffuser, I have probably about 4 drops of Balance and 4 drops of wild orange. And that's kind of our favorite diffuser combo with this one. It reminds me of orange creamsicle. It's just really nice.
Yeah, that's fun.
So it's got the fractionated coconut oil in it too. So it's already pre-diluted. So putting it on skin makes it easy as well. Mm-hmm. In fact, the recommendation in the looking from on this one, Modern Essentials, is 6 full drops, which I have to say, I don't usually apply 6 drops when I'm using it.
Yep.
But I did this morning, just following the protocol, and my feet feel very grounded for sure.
Well, and what's funny is I did as well. And definitely I can feel the effects, but I'm wondering if our listeners can hear the effects, because I do feel like we're both way more mellow on this podcast than we normally are, at least starting out. And it could be the grounding effect of 6 drops of Balance on the bottom of your feet. So definitely if you're listening to this and you want to start your day off in a calm, balanced mood, I recommend doing this. In fact, I know people who do this first thing in the morning. I don't know if they use 6 drops necessarily, but they keep this oil by their bed and rub it on their feet before they ever get out of bed, which probably makes the whole morning a lot easier to manage.
And I feel like I was good at that for a while, and then I just get out of a habit every now and then. But we've definitely been having some hectic mornings recently with a 7-year-old around and having her own opinions. And so that's probably a good routine for me to get back into. This was actually my gateway oil. This was one of the first oils that I tried from doTERRA. And it sat there for a while because I didn't necessarily know the full benefits of it or recognize that it was going to work as well as it did. And then when I started using it, I definitely felt a difference with how it just relaxed me and calmed me down a little bit. So that got me interested in trying other oils. And it is definitely my favorite oil of all time. Like, I feel like it is consistently there. It's going to do what it says it does. I love the smell of it. And I just can rely on it to help me feel a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. And one thing I forgot about it until just now, I don't know if you could hear my dog in the background making noises, but dogs love this oil as well. And so for her, it's definitely calming if I put it on her or if I diffuse it. But also, I have worn it on diffuser jewelry before and gone over to a friend's house who has a dog. And the dog was rubbing up against my wrist where I had the oil on. So it's kind of cool that this one works really well for humans as well as dogs. And it gives them that calming, safe feeling as well, which is pretty amazing. So even when there's fireworks or something that's scary for a dog.
Yes. She agrees.
She agrees. Yeah. It's helpful.
Well, and I want to read from the Essential Emotions book because I really liked the statement of how they described balance as the grounding blend. So it's got all of those wood oils in it. And it talks about balance is primarily a combination of tree oils and roots. Trees live in the present moment. They are not in a hurry. They are stable. Mm-hmm. And yes, I think that really is what the oil does for me as well. I think when I first started using oils, I think my dad joked with me about how I was going to be using oils to kind of calm me down, but then use something else to lift me back up. And so we were kind of talking about this roller coaster of emotions of like, okay, I need to calm down more. And then I need to get back up. Okay. And this kind of back and forth. But I feel like balance just takes me down a notch in a positive way. I feel like I'm either all kind of spiraled up inside or I can feel tension starting to rise and I don't want to blow my lid. And so I just need to take it down a notch. And I think that balance does that for me without kind of slowing me down to the point where now I'm not in the moment anymore either. So I really like it for that reason.
I totally agree. And I think it's interesting that so many people use it in the morning as well. And that kind of goes to the whole, it's not slowing you down. Like many people are tired when they first wake up. And this isn't going to make you more tired because you've slowed down to that level. It's just going to help you feel grounded as you go about your day. And I'm definitely going to incorporate that back in. We've used it a lot for after school time. I feel like everybody's just kind of a little bit wound up from the end of the day. And people start getting a little bit tense with their tones of voice and stuff like that. So I'll just kind of have this diffusing in the afternoon and it just makes it feel like the transition time is a little bit smoother as well. Yeah, love that. And, when you were talking about the up and down roller coaster, I was thinking it's kind of perfect that you diffuse it with wild orange as well, because in theory that could be the up and down, but it probably helps balance even more to have an energizing orange smell mixed with this calming balance smell.
Well, and so for so many kids, they find wild orange to actually be relaxing and soothing. True. And I think that's difficult for me. I don't know that I'm one of those people. Yes, wild orange feels calming to an extent, but the scent itself is uplifting. But yet for both of my kids, wild orange is one of their favorites because they just feel like it relaxes them for whatever reason. So I think the combination of the two is a benefit for both of us. I like the balance. They like the wild orange. Everybody's happy. That's
awesome. Win for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, anything else on this oil?
Nope. I think it's a favorite and everybody should have it.
Totally agree. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening and definitely subscribe, follow. If you enjoyed this, we would so appreciate if you gave us a rating on whatever device you're listening on, and that will just help more people find this great podcast. Have a great week. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.